And what we can see is the value of the estate.
£194,893, 16 shillings and 7 pence. That's an awful lot of money, isn't it?
What's that in modern terms?
We're looking probably close to £10 million, so quite a big figure.
But that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It was a lot of money then, and it's a lot
A
of
lot of
money
money
now.
now. Wow.
So we know that R.E.B.'s mother died in 1883. Do we know what became of him then?
So we've got one further document, which is from the 1891 census returns.
Richard Ernest Baxter Whitehall, nephew, age 20.
And the head of the house is called Alfred Bromwich, and then there's Sarah Hannah Bromwich.
So he's living at this point with his aunt and uncle, and Sarah is Caroline's sister.
And they all lived in Blakesley Hall. Do you know where that is?
I think it's on the outskirts of Birmingham, and I believe that it's still standing.
All right.
I think Michael and I are not particularly emotional people, but reading an account that's as graphic and as stark as that is very hard not to be affected by it.
I only knew my grandfather, R.E.B., from a bit of a distance, because remember, I was just a child. He was a very kind, sweet man. To realise that he had that start in life was quite sad, and I'm fascinated to know what happened between then and when I got to know him later on.
Jack and Michael have discovered that as a young man, R.E.B. lived here at Blakesley Hall with one of his aunts. They're meeting historian Dr. Jenny Gilbert.
Hello, welcome to Blakesley Hall.
What do you do?
So we know that age 20, R.E.B. was living here with his aunt, Sarah Baxter.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the Baxter family?
So we've got an advert here from Ari's Birmingham Gazette from 1861. If you just take a look here.
Worsley and Baxter, wholesale woolen merchants and Manchester warehousemen.
Yeah, Worsley and Baxter, this company, were kind of a bit of a high-end sort of luxury woolen merchants, and the woolen drapery trade was booming.
This is a Charlie Worsley that we've heard about.
Yeah, both the Baxter and Worsley family, they were connected through marriage and through business.
R.E.B.'s mother, Caroline, was one of 12 brothers and sisters. One of her brothers was the woolen merchant, John Baxter. And one of her sisters was Anne Baxter. In 1851, Anne married Samuel Worsley, the business partner of her brother John. Samuel and Anne's son was Charles Worsley, R.E.B.'s first cousin, who was 10 years older than him.
There wasn't a huge age gap between the two of them. I'd always assumed that Charlie Worsley was a much older man who sort of adopted, you know, the young R.E.B. and sort of looked after him.
Do we know what happened to Charlie Worsley?
So here we have the will for Charles Worsley, and what we can see is the value of the estate.
£194,893, 16 shillings and 7 pence. That's an awful lot of money, isn't it?
What's that in modern terms?
We're looking probably close to £10 million, so quite a big figure.
But that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It was a lot of money then, and it's a lot,
A lot of money
now.
now. Wow.
Loaded.
Did Charlie Worsley not married, never had any kids?
No children, no.
No children?
If we just look to page 3 of the will.
Yeah. Yeah, Ernest Whitehall.
I see he's become Ernest Whitehall now.
So what, he inherits, like,
Yes, all that money.
all that money? Wow.
It's incredible.
And also, when does he get it?
1938.
That's 2 years before you were born. Are you surprised by the date of when
Very
he inherited
surprised,
this money?
because the family story was that Charlie Worsley was his sort of adopted father.
Yeah.
But this is clear that he wasn't.
No.
For a boy who's orphaned and then living in a little school, probably leading a really modest life, and then all of a sudden, aged, 60, inheriting
A lot of money.
Thank you, Charlie Worthy.
What happened to all those millions of pounds? I mean, they definitely didn't come our way. I'm surprised at the amount of money that seems to have been part of his life.
If anyone deserved it, it was him after that upbringing that he had and being
absolutely,
orphaned.
yeah. And I'm really pleased that R.E.B. in the end had a good life and that, you know, he died a happy man.